Well, welcome back. Look at fist to the face. We are live, people. So we are playing from home in our own homes tonight with an amazing one-shot from Michael's amazing brain. So from here forward, we're going to play some stuff online. Every Tuesday, we're still going to be here. We took the last week that we're off was an actual normal scheduled day off. It was, we didn't. It wasn't because of anything that's going on in the world. It was our normal day off. So we've plugged some wires in the back, and we're on to going. So I'm going to get out of the way here because I want these guys to play and show you what we can do all from home still, so we can still play together, guys. So it's all you, Michael.
All right. Hello and welcome to The Dark Forest, the epic woodland fantasy that takes you on a wild adventure, one clearing at a time. We are playing, as Scooter mentioned earlier, Magpie Games' Root. This is a game inspired by stories like Redwall, which I was a big fan of when I was growing up, as well as Mouse Guard, Mice Templar. It's like a medieval woodland fantasy. I've been very eager to try it out for a long time. I've played it a little bit here and there. This is my first time playing it with some like professionals. So I'm pretty excited. Let's get into it. Let's go around. I'll just imagine we're like a virtual tabletop, and I'll kind of call out the names when it's time.
Do that because going around, it's
we can't.
We have people in the corner, and then 3 people over here, and you're there. Yeah.
Yep. It wouldn't work. So when I call your name, tell me who you are, the character you're playing, and their general vibe and experience as we enter the Dark Forest. So we'll start with. I realize this is useless, but we'll start with Marvin.
As always. So, hi everybody, I'm Marvin, and today I'm going to be playing the vagrant Seamus Opossum. And Seamus you can describe as a bit of a, visionary. He's seen how the denizens of the Dark Forest have been trampled over by the Dominion, the Empire, all these warlords and just opportunists who just do not care about the small folk. And Seamus is tired of that. He's no warrior or even much of a politician, but he does have a sharp mind. And he has an idea of how he can take the force back, for everyone who's living in it. Not just a big empire or corporation or anything, for the people, So he's joined a band of some of his friends, some of their friends, and hopefully, together, we can do something about this corruption that's just running rampant in the forest.
Whoa, awesome. After that, we have Patrick.
Hello, I'm Patrick. I am playing Martin the Coyote. A bit of a wild card in the group, I'm going to say, probably ahead of time. My character is an arsonist, as well as a scoundrel, so I'm more about trickery and being all around not a good person. But I try my best. I aim towards the structures that oppress people. That's where I aim my chaos, more or less, not towards the common folk and who don't deserve to be protected and not harmed. But of course, as being a coyote, people tend not to look at me in the greatest way. So, but hopefully with some of my friends here and some professional partners and contacts, we can do some really fun stuff.
Ooh, very cool. After that, we have Dallas.
Hey everybody, my name's Dallas. I'm going to be playing Locklear Vance, the thief. And definitely kleptomaniac. He has been sort of on the run lately. He was once sort of the alpha thief for the Carrion King, who was always scavenging everything he possibly could, and Locklear's quick little hands and ability to get around almost anywhere was a big asset to him, but Locklear just couldn't keep his hands off of something special that he wanted. And guess what? The Carrion King also wanted it pretty damn well, too. He got locked up, and then luckily, Martin, as crazy as he is and as crafty as he is, busted his ass out and been on the run ever since, helping out some others because he feels that it's time to give back, but also grab a little something along the way.
Oh, nice. After that, we will have Nick.
Yep, that's me. I'm Nick, and today I will be playing Kane Lupov, the wolf arbiter, who's sort of like this big, beautiful wolf, former member of a mercenary group called the Lupine Legion. He sort of, on his first ever mission with the Legion, he was assigned to take out a group of people in the Winterborn Dominion, and after finding out who his targets were, he ended up defying the Legion and killing off the squad that he was with.
Mm.
So, and Kane is very much a sort of a defender of the weak, per se, like those who can't defend themselves. And so he was targeted. He was told to kill these 3 innocent people that he felt was not right. So he's been sort of traveling with Yasmin and her group, sort of since he was the one who saved Yasmin, who was and she was his original target.
Ah,
So
definitely can
So,
see
yeah.
the connection there.
mhm.
All
so
right.
he's been sort of like a guardian for Yasmin.
And speaking of that, we have Kat.
Hi, I'm Kat. I am playing Yasmin, Yasmin of Winterborn to be more exact, but I do not travel under this name because, being related to the nobility of the Winterborn is maybe not such a good thing necessarily, especially being the twin sister of the current Tsarina, whatever. The main point that I want to make is that I now travel with a portable forge under the name of Madame Fox, helped out by my daughter, Yenna, but I call her Jessica, so that it is secret that they do not know that she is Yenna of Winterborn, because they would want her to be the leader, and I do not want the political life for her, because I believe very much that the land of the Dark Forest should be for the people of the Dark Forest, and not for the millionaires and for the billionaires. We are going to start a revolution here. Oh yes, I'm a radical thinker with radical ideas that are radical. I work very much. I work very much with the Martin Cheeky and the local events. Robbing from rich, giving to poor, making weapons for people. I work with the Mr. Lupov, who helps keep me from being killed, which is very nice of him. I hope someday to recover my Yevgeny, who went back to Winterborn and is now in jail. Yeah, so that's my life. Sorry, I talk too much. I'll make something nice for you. Maybe a nice sword, a bow and arrow, incendiary device. You name it, I'll make.
Sounds like an awesome character and a whole crew of awesome characters. And I do want to say that Root, the game, does have its own like factions and characters, and there's a few gameplay additions in there, like the way they kind of set up. They've like some very cool options for making your own like clearings and randomly generating a whole battlefield. So big fan of that. However, for this, I kind of wanted to make my own stuff. So the 2 factions and all the characters and so on are created entirely by this guy. I've sort of taken, the templates that Root wonderfully provided and have kind of expanded off of them. So you won't be seeing the Marquis de Cat or like the Eerie Empire or that kind of thing. Not because I don't think they're awesome. I really do, and I really enjoy having them in games of Root, just because this is kind of my own thing, and I think Root is good enough to allow that flexibility.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I'll give a quick little intro to this world of the Dark Forest. The Dark Forest, a land situated between great empires, as beautiful as it is dangerous. Amongst its ancient trees, verdant meadows, and winding rivers, countless villages have sprouted up where peasant animals struggle for a better life. But there is trouble in the forest. From the west, the Grand Sable Empire launches another war of conquest, seeking to protect and expand their borders. This ancient, decaying, and decadent empire has long held much territory in the Dark Forest. But the weasels, stoats, minks, and ferrets are eager for more. In the east, the Winterborn Dominion rises resurgent, with the cunning Tsarina Yekaterina the Cruel seeking to bring her country back to its former glory. This has turned the Dark Forest once again into a battlefield and plunged its denizens into turmoil. But there is hope. A group of unlikely heroes, vagabonds of the woods, may do some good and stop the growing flames of war. All right, so with that, we'll get right into it. In our opening scene, all of you are attending a banquet. Baron Badger's Banquet, which is the title of this particular adventure. You are in the feasting hall of Fangheim, which is this old Grand Sable Empire castle set on the edge of Blueberry Crossing, a medium-sized village in the western woods in the Dark Forest. So, right now, you're all seated at a table, maybe somewhere in the back. Because you five are a bunch of scruffy vagabonds, you're perhaps not the most popular here. There's lots of ferret, stoat, weasel, courtiers partying it up. The ale is flowing, and if you know Redwall, you know they like to describe their feasts, and the feast here is unparalleled. We got scones, we got cheeses, we got pastries, all sorts of big, elaborate table full of the food. There's some entertainment as well. Smiling Spike, who is a porcupine jester with like this painted face and the green and red checked motley uniform, jingle bells set in his spines, is doing some like acrobatics and dancing there in the center of the floor. And you four are seated at the table, or sorry, you five seated at the table, just sharing some ale. So, how are you guys feeling? How are you regarding your surroundings right now?
I think perhaps now is a good time. Well, once everybody gets a little bit more drunk, Locklear, to perhaps get some charitable funding for our cause, perhaps.
Oh yes, I've been casing the joint ever since we've been in here. Casing. Oh yes.
This place.
I understand why.
I mean, there's so much food going around, but where do they get it all? It's probably not even a bite to eat for the common folk, you know. Ugh. Honestly,
What did you-
disgusts me.
What did you say the name of this nobility was again? Baron Badger?
Yes. In fact, you can see him. He's not with you. He's like on this throne in the center of the hall. He is this old badger. Probably his best days are behind him. His white and black fur is going a little gray. He's wearing like big fancy, striped doublet. Big fancy tunic, lots of like red and gold, and a cape. As he's like sitting there throwing back the ale.
Somehow I don't like them already.
I take it he's part of the Grand Sable Empire.
Yes, this village is currently under the control of the Grand Sables.
Interesting.
For now.
I agree, lad. For now.
Well, now you meet two characters approach your table who are intent on keeping it that way. Lucretia Longears is the advisor and also serves as like the Castellan for Baron von Badger. She is a rabbit, as you can imagine from her name, wearing this like
purple and black embroidered gown. Very fancy. Next to her is a Wolverine, Sir Hieronymus Hellstrom.
Great name.
Oh, thank you. He has a
So
big
good.
red cape, like over. He's even wearing his armor inside.
Mm-hmm.
He's got like the Crimson Hussar longsword on his belt, and they head right over to you and approach your table.
Expecting trouble, are we?
I'm definitely sort of positioning myself in between like the group and sort of looking fairly imposing.
Okay.
I'm a very large wolf, like covered in scars with an eye patch, just so everyone knows.
Whoa.
I
Well,
also
I
have an eye
am
patch.
also the group.
Personally, I am trying to read this situation, and I would like to roll now.
okay. Oh, and I gotta say, because we're not doing it, we can't really, we're not at the same table. There are some dice rolling things that we can experiment with those later, but just roll at your house. I trust you guys.
Awesome. I don't have any idea what's going on.
Mood.
Well, Sir
I felt very badly at this.
Oh no.
This is
Let
not
me
a tense
just-
situation at all.
Yeah, I think everything is fine. Hello, friends. Have you brought us the cupcakes? Is it dessert time now?
Is there any way that anyone else can act on that?
Cough into my drink.
I don't think
just
there's an
some of
opportunity
them.
for it necessarily. Sir Hieronymus says, cupcakes. Sounds like you vagabonds are looking for a free ride, feasting to your heart's content on Baron von Badger's hospitality. How are you even invited to this place?
I don't know. Ask your Baron.
Exactly.
Yes, we received
I believe he was the one who
invitations.
invited us.
Lucretia, like, she's trying to soothe him a little bit. She's like, please, you must forgive Sir Hieronymus. The Crimson Hussars pride themselves upon their aggression. However, it belongs on the battlefield, not in a feasting hall.
I'm sure.
You are 5 notable guests to the Woodlands and to Blueberry Crossing. Why shouldn't you be invited?
Yes, everybody
Here you
loves my
are.
Everybody loves my portable forge. They come, they get things fixed. We sharpen knives. Sometimes we give them alchemical reagents, helps them regrow the hair. She says, looking at Sir Hieronymus Hellstrom.
Oh,
You could
man.
use some a head of hair yourself, couldn't you?
Oh, he is like, he's doing that angry Wolverine look. He's showing his teeth at that.
Oh, I
He's-
apologize. I just thought you were wearing all this armor because you maybe had some mange, but I could fix for you. You will pick up all of the lovely Lady Wolverines then. They will like you very much. You do not need to wear uncomfortable armor indoors anymore to hide your shame.
He is like, I'm gonna keep my blades nice and sharp for you, and I won't need
Oh.
your forge to help me do it.
I'd like to see you try.
Grrr.
Your blades would be better if you brought two forged. Trust me, I do very good job. I
Well,
told you she misread the situation.
yeah.
It's a wonderful misread.
Don't worry about it, lad. We're just taking the piss at your expense. It's just a joke, you know.
Oh,
you got jokes.
where are we taking the piece to?
Yeah, it's a figure of speech, madam. It's a joke, you know. It's a joke. We're all friends. So why not just come along, have a drink with some new friends of yours? We're all guests of the Baron, after all, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to try and use pleasant facade. Like when I suck up to, or otherwise butter up an unsuspecting NPC, roll of charm, which I will.
Alright.
And my soul dice rolled under my desk.
Oof.
Okay, so let's just roll that again. And my soul dice rolled under my desk again. I rolled a 1, so I'm going to assume that didn't work.
A 1 total? I mean,
I only have one die, but it's gone now. So, yeah,
All right.
just assume that failed.
We'll
Why
just
go find
Okay.
it?
That's fair. Yeah, he just like we'll take care of it. He glowers at you guys hatefully, and he's just like, I'm watching you vagabonds. The moment you make a mistake, the moment you slip up.
Yeah, I rolled snake eyes.
Oh, okay, yeah. He definitely is not falling for it.
Mm-hmm.
I got my eyes on you, vagabonds. Enjoy the feast. Perhaps it might be your last meal. And he storms off.
Boy, that guy's got a right stick up
He
his
is
ass, doesn't he?
Very unpleasant.
Yep, definitely sticks.
Oh, I thought he
Right up
seemed
the
very
cheeks.
nice. He probably is just embarrassed about his mange.
Well, yes, we should tell
Sure.
everybody about his mange. I think he'd
Yes.
really appreciate it. It's going to pressure him into coming to you for your special treatments.
I'll make him look pretty.
Oh, yeah.
Well, before you guys get a chance to do that, something bad happens.
Of course.
Yeah,
Baron
with
Badger. Baron Badger reclines on his throne, well in his cups. He hoists a goblet sloshing with ale.
Yeah, with
My sword! The striped flame, they called it. I was a terror on the battlefield in my day. Gods, I can still swing a blade with the best of them. He tosses the chalice at a squeaking badger page. Fetch it! Let me show my guests the striped flame. Be quick about it! Pages scurry off, and a moment later return, their whiskers shaking with fear. I'm sorry, my lord. It is gone. Gone? Baron Badger totters to his feet. What? Stolen, my lord. Lucretia Longears hops next to him and points to the table where you five sit. And I swear to you, that flying squirrel Locklear had just left the armory, a sword handle poking from his satchel. Seize them! Baron Badger cries. His
Locklear.
his badgers at arms hurry into the hall, reaching for their crossbows. But that's not your greatest worry. Sir Hieronymus Hellstrom lets out a wolverine snarl and draws his longsword. Evidently, dessert will not be served.
unless we don't get out of here, then it very well will be served.
Wait,
We just take some on our way out.
No almond cake? No almond cake? What's wrong?
No.
I'm
Oh, man. No almond cake.
So,
All right, so
Dang.
I think what we'll do, this is even more confusing than it being at a table. We'll do like an initiative equivalent, like we do in Generation Shadow
Yeah.
sometimes, to make sure everyone gets a chance.
Mhm.
So let's have everybody roll trust fate. To get kind of
Okay.
Luck.
which thing is
Rolling with
trust
luck.
fate?
Oh,
Luck.
great.
That's luck? God
That's
damn
an
it.
8
Yep.
for me.
Okay. Let's everybody just roll and we'll get some answers.
At least I
Oh,
rolled
man.
good on the dice because my character has 0 luck.
Unlucky.
same here.
Yeah,
I had +2.
luck.
Hey, hard luck heroes. All right. Anybody get over an 8?
Yeah, I got 10.
I got a
Nice.
9.
Okay. So a 10 for Locklear. A 9 for Yasmin.
He's a 9, yes. It's very good. It's a good roll.
An
It
8
is,
from
yes.
Martin. Anybody get a 7, 6?
I got a 6.
All right. A 6 for Seamus.
I got- And I got a 5.
And a 5 for Kane. And then all the baddies. There's a lot of them. So you're all at your table. You have Hellstrom, who's right now is there alone, but he's going to call in the other Crimson Hussars in a moment. And you have these badgers at arms, who have like crossbows, who are kind of racing around the hall, around the freaked out courtiers trying to stop you. It just looks like probably definitely too many to fight, so escape is the best option unless you want to end up in the dungeons.
Mm.
All right, so Locklear, our
Yeah, you're-
accused squirrel thief. What are you doing?
You read my mind. You said there's something poking out of my belongings? Sword handle or something?
Actually, when you look, there's not a sword handle.
Oh, great. Okay, cool. So
yeah,
now I
they're
see how they
just
did it.
accusing you of something.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So my first thing was going to say I would like to read the situation to see if I can get a read on how to, get her out of here
Alright.
because I am
This
not a
is-
fighter.
Okay, this is read a tense situation.
Okay. And that is cunning, right?
Yes.
All right. I got no cunning. 6-3 is 9. So that is ask 1.
Yeah. So which question?
And I'm going to also ask another thing, too. I'm going to ask, what is the best way out? Because that is the top question on there.
All right. I would say with that roll, you're able to understand that while there is a big entrance into like the feasting hall, a better way would actually be out through the kitchens, which leads to the courtyard of the castle, where the stables are helpfully placed.
Okay.
And right now they are not securing the kitchen as much as they're securing the main entrance.
Ooh. Okay, cool. And because I did a read a 10 situation, I have a nose for gold talent. It's one of my moves. So I can always ask, what's the most valuable thing here on my way out?
Oh, the most valuable thing. Let's see.
Classic
I mean-
Locklear.
There's lots of fancy like goblets and the chalice game in this feast is on point. Lots of great chalices. A lot of the courtiers have like their jewelry and so on. But actually the most valuable is Sir Hieronymus Hellstrom's sword.
Ooh. Okay.
Crimson Hussars pride themselves on the value and power of their long swords.
Okay. Still worth it. All right. Awesome. So
Remember, you do get a +1 when you act on those too.
Excellent.
Speaking about +1s, did you share that information about the kitchens?
I was just about to, because my thing is to read, because I was reading the room the whole time as I was casing the joint. That's why I asked what's the most valuable thing. Then my job is to say, Kane, there's going to be some problems. Do you think you could hold them? And then I would say exactly everything else about the kitchen seems to be the west way, everybody else. I'm no fighter, Kane.
That's fine. That's what you got me for.
Nice. Okay, let's
Just
move on.
hold them. We all need to run.
Because that also plays in with the connection I think that Locklear Vance and I have on Locklear's side, where I get a +1 going forward when he shares information about reading a tense situation.
That was the goal.
Nice.
Correct. That was my goal, to read it and then give it out. Yep.
All right, Yasmin, it's your turn, and you got that +1.
Nice. So what Yasmin the entire meal has been kind of collecting various metal plates that things have been getting served on. And up until now, you guys haven't really understood why she's been kind of rubbing sticky buns and anything that's like sweet and like cinnamon rolls, anything that could act almost like a glue. You've noticed that she's been kind of sticking all these plates together the entire time. And now you understand why, as she raises up a massive shield of plates to block the arrows. And I'm using the jury rig, which is making a makeshift device on the fly. I get to roll with cunning.
Excellent.
Ooh, I love that move.
Yeah, so let's see what happens. Okay, so because of the +1 going forward, I have gotten a 10 on that.
Nice.
Excellent. Excellent.
Heck
So
yeah.
it works exceptionally well, and I get an additional use out of it. So as we travel to the kitchen, she's basically put up an enormous shield that we can all get behind, so that any arrows being shot at us will just deflect off of the shield.
Ooh, pretty cool.
Nice.
And she
Okay.
says, we go to the kitchens.
Right on.
Okay, are you guys all like following her behind that plate shield?
Yeah,
Keep my
I
eye on the
mean,
prize.
We're
still
thoroughly
need a
outnumbered
sword.
here.
We still need to get that sword from the Wolverine.
If it's on the way. Yeah.
Do you though? Do you?
Well, Martin, it is your turn.
Oh man, what do I want to do? Okay, I turn to Locklear. Do we really need that sword? I saw
you know
eyeing
when I'm. Yes, I like it, but
I'm going to attempt a trick shot with my crossbow.
Okay, this is one of the special weapon moves.
Yes,
Martin.
this is.
Martin, please pull this off. You're so good.
I hope so too. To be honest, I really want this to work.
All right, so I see. Special trick shot.
Yes.
Can I help him on this since I know what he's doing?
Let's have you tell me how you would help, and then we'll have you roll the assist one. Helper, yeah. Let's have you. Tell me how you're helping, and then you can mark exhaustion to give him a +1. Oh,
I will.
Sorry. My
Okay.
mistake.
No problem.
Yeah, let's have him roll first for trick shots. So mark decay on the bow.
Yes. I believe that for me that's finesse. That puts me at an 8.
Okay, you get to pick 2 options.
So I'm going to my shot's going to distract an opponent. I'm going to have Hieronymus reel back a little bit from the shot. It's not a damaging shot. It's a glancing blow because as it glances upwards, it hits a chandelier behind him and drops. Which my other option is I cut something or break something that knocks something over. So it's just this chandelier that comes crashing down behind him, between him and his allies with the crossbows.
Oh, nice. I was hoping a chandelier would get taken down at some point.
Yeah, of course.
Classic swashbuckling.
I'm just chuckling the entire time as I fire and reload.
Trick shot.
So the opportunity is that gives me hopefully some advantage on getting that sword.
Ooh, okay. Well, we'll see how that plays out. This chandelier just comes like crashing down, smashes onto the flagstones. Candles fly everywhere. The brass is ringing, and did you knock the sword out of
I only create an opportunity, so someone else has to take the sword.
Oh, actually, before we move on, Locklear, did you want to give him the +1 assist to make it a 10?
Well, it'd be a 9 right now, but are we friends?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, if you want to try to give me the 10,
I can give you. Wait, what did you roll?
I rolled an 8.
You rolled an 8. I can give you a +2, friend. That's the idea.
Oh, you're
mark
right.
2 exhaustion to give you +2.
Okay, so
All right, so one additional option for trick shot.
what was the name of the other important figure that was in the room? The other, not the Baron, but the what's her name?
Lucretia Longears.
Yeah.
Yes, I wanted to hit her.
Okay.
So it strikes a second available target of my choice.
All right, are you trying to do damage to her?
Technically speaking, Lucretia was actually very cordial with us.
I'm not. Ooh, it's true. Do I want to do that? She was. I don't want to hurt her. Yeah, I don't want to hurt her. I'm gonna choose. My shot lands in any other target of my choice within range, even if it's behind cover or hidden. And I'm going to attempt to wear down one of the crossbowmen, their bow.
All right. I'm gonna say, he took a hit. It just like slams into his gambeson, I think is the word, his like padded, crossbow
It is
badger
gambeson.
jacket.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah, good vote.
Sends him crashing back into a particularly large table set with delicacies that go flying as he goes down. Okay. Next up is
What is
Seamus.
All right, so the big fellow's separated from this crossbowman. Locklear, you
Yes.
really do want that sword, don't you?
I really want to get out of here.
I love we're all on board for this.
No,
my
it would be
my
a
mind
good-
can't help it. I'm a klepto. I can't help it. So
I know you
No,
mate.
you should follow your heart, Lockler, but also stand behind this shield so that you don't get shot by arrows.
Exactly.
oh,
So
always
what I'm
clear,
going,
thinking, Yasmin. Always clear.
but I'm going to get an opportunity for you. When I throw this, and you see him hold up a pocket of sand, well, fistful of sand,
Pocket
Great
sand.
move.
Pocket sand.
Great
I'm
move.
going to throw this in his face, and then when he's distracted, run up, grab a sword, and then we can all get the hell out of here. So, pocket sand. I'm going to use confused senses, but I'm rolling with cunning instead of finesse.
Oh my gosh.
So that's good. It's good.
Okay.
That's a 9 altogether.
All right. So what is the result for that one?
So on a hit, I've thrown them off balance, blinded them, deafened them, or confused them for a time and given myself an opportunity. On a 10 plus, they get some time to get their bearings and restore their senses before they can act clearly. And a 7 to 9, just have a few moments.
I would like to mark one exhaustion to have helped in that I have helped in the creation of this pocket sand. So that is especially unpleasant
Potent.
and itchy and potent too. Like
It's
it
a little
really sticks
acidic.
in the eyes and it really
Ugh.
burns. Really
Oh
blinds.
man.
A lot
So
of
you grabbed
really
that out of a
coarse sand
child
in
care
there.
center.
Are you okay with that?
Yeah, no problem.
Oh, I was asking Michael. It's cool.
Oh, all good. Just mark one exhaustion for that.
I have done so.
Yeah,
and that makes
that
that a 10
Wolverine.
plus.
Yeah, he is sneezing. His like nose is there's like snot coming around there. He's making little Wolverine yips and whines.
I feel
since
almost
it-
bad.
And since it helps Lockler, who is family to me with his nature, we both clear our exhaustion check.
Oh.
I didn't have any exhaustion, but I think you did.
I did, man. That was wow. What a follow up.
Yeah, it's pretty handy.
Right.
See, I know you, mate. Now go get that sword.
Man, I love all this team. Okay, Kane.
Yep.
Sir Hieronymus has dropped his sword. However, you still have those crossbow badgers, and you can see like more Crimson Hussars are coming down through the main hall.
Out of curiosity, is the messenger still around? Like the
Messenger.
the messenger who went to the king and was like, "Hey, the sword is gone," and I saw this dude with the sword, and I saw Lockler with the sword.
Right. Well, it was the page badger went to fetch the sword, and he said the sword was gone. Then Lucretia Longear said Lockler has the sword.
Oh, so she
So it
has
was
ruined
like-
us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eh, should have shot her.
Should have
I
shot her.
missed Yeah, I should have shot her. My bad.
We all did. Yeah. Who
I
knows,
was
maybe she'll be
making
dead.
no suggestions on who to shoot. I was just making suggestions on who to steal from, you know?
Yeah.
hmm
I mean, we are stealing the sword so that we can make better, yes?
hmm
Yeah.
Just to send a message.
Yes.
It wasn't for me.
So
It
Kane,
wasn't
what
you? Are you sure?
Kane, what are you doing here? Or just helping them make their escape is an option too.
Right. Yeah. I think for right now, I'm going to use my move called Crash and Smash, which is when you smash your way through scenery to reach someone or something, roll with might. So, and then on a hit, I reach my target. On a 10 plus, I choose 1. On a 7 or 9, I choose 2 of this list. So, oh, hello. Yes, that is definitely an 11. So that means,
Nice.
let's see. Okay, so these are detriments to myself. Okay. I will. Yeah, I think in the process, I sort of. I think, like, I mean, I'm gonna say that like the door to the kitchen was closed, and in my charge to get through it, I get like this huge bruise on my shoulder, so I'm gonna take injury.
But you're like leading them into the kitchen, is what you're saying.
Yes.
All right, very cool. So you've cleared a way for them into the kitchen, and you can see out past that kitchen. There's a lot of where there's like these big clay ovens and tables, where a bunch of like I'm trying to think what would be the lowliest, the Grand Sable Empire. Probably some like ferret cooks were hard at work chopping some grub up. And they are just like terrified by this onrush of vagabonds are ducking under their counters. You see beyond them another door leading to the courtyard and the stables where the boars. In this world, boars are non-sentient and are used like as horses or oxen. But yeah, the stables where the boars are kept is like right across from you now. Okay, but that's the end of the good news because now it's the baddies' turn. You do have the beautiful makeshift wall of plates held up by Yasmin. I'm going to have... Martin kind of made himself vulnerable when he was going for the arrow, and I'm afraid Seamus did as well when he was like throwing that pocket sand at Sir Hieronymus. I'm going to have each of them roll a trust fate as a hail of crossbow bolts zoom through the air.
Could I use my guardian move for one of them?
Sure.
It says when I defend someone or something from an immediate NPC or environmental threat, I roll with might, and then it has like options for what I roll.
Yeah, let's have you roll that. Who are you defending?
I'm gonna go with my partner Seamus. We've sort of been in the shit together, so okay.
I understand. Don't worry.
That's a 9. So on a 7 or 9 at cost, expose myself to danger or escalate the situation.
Is there a way I could help with that, by the way?
You rolled a 9?
Yes.
I would say if you want to mark exhaustion, yeah.
Yeah. Help my partner out a little bit, So I'll mark 1 exhaustion to help out with that, make it a 10.
Okay. So on a hit, I keep them safe and choose 1. But I don't get the cost for a 10, it seems. So I will push the threat back. You and your protectee have a chance to maneuver or flee.
All right. So how are you stopping all these arrows from hitting Seamus?
I would say it does say that I have plate armor, so...
Oh, just like make a human or a wolf shield in front of him?
Yeah. Yeah, that's part of my equipment, so yeah.
And I'll just shrink myself behind them. We practice this a lot.
Yep.
Pretty cool. Okay, I am going to have you... I think I'll have you mark 1 decay. Because the arrows are going to do a little bit of damage to the armor there. Okay, Now, Martin, I'm going to have you roll Trust Fate to avoid those arrows.
I rolled a 9. So I rolled a 7 plus 2, because I'm really lucky.
All right. I will say, usually, these crossbow bolts deal 2 harm. It's going to do just 1 harm for you, though.
Okay, so that's 1 injury?
Yeah.
Ouch.
All right, so you take an injury. Sir Hieronymus wants to get you, of course, but he's stunned by that pocket sand.
Pocket sand.
All right. And with that, with like everybody kind of moving into the kitchens, we're going to move back to the top with Locklear.
Okay, so on the way, if our big baddie Wolverine is distracted, then I would like to grab a tablecloth or a napkin and press it to Martin's wound, and then grab that sword.
Oh, thanks.
As we're kind of walking behind Yasmin's shield.
I think I'm gonna have you roll to attempt roguish feats for this.
Ooh.
That
Because-
sounds like me. Okay.
Yep. Because our Wolverine's blinded, but he's still there. He's still dangerous.
Okay, sweet. That's a total of 10. Because I have a
Nice.
plus. I have a +3 because of Master Thief.
Oh, nice.
So yeah.
So you get to pick one.
Wait. So what am I doing right now? Picking one from.
Yeah, from that lower list there. So you don't have a clear path of escape. You use up some resources, mark decay, or you leave evidence behind.
Sorry, I'm not seeing this list real quick.
This is in the basic moves under attempt roguish feats.
Okay.
So it's you don't have a clear path of escape, or use up some resources in the attempt and get to mark 1 decay, or you leave evidence of your roguery behind.
Yeah. I will. Sorry, I really don't see that anywhere. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't see that either. I thought on a 10 plus you just achieve your goal.
Yeah, it says on a hit you achieve your goal.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we have on ours.
Right. Okay. All right. Well, I'll go with yours.
And it's only on
Um,
a 7 to 9 that you mark exhaustion or risk, or the risk
But
of
I-
defeat becomes to bear.
Mine's on
completely
10 plus
understand.
pick one. I think we have different versions.
No, I understand. So if you want, I'll leave something behind that lets them know it's me because they blame me anyway, and this is kind of like my on the way out.
True.
So
That's fair.
Yeah, I
call
was
me-
just explaining the confusion, Michael. Like we have a different thing
Yeah.
than you do, apparently.
Oh, yeah, I understand. I'll make sure we get the latest version for me next time.
Okay, but I understand. I'll go with the last one. As long as I can pick that thing up, because everyone's been doing so much work for it.
All right. You got Sir Hieronymus's longsword.
Hope it
Maybe a
was
little
worth it.
big for you, but yeah,
Yeah,
it's a pretty
hopefully.
powerful weapon. We can go over later, like how much harm it does. There's a whole there's a handy like guide to creating your own weapons within the quick start rules that I have. We can bring up a little later if you want to.
Okay.
But
Yeah,
now,
I won't be able to wield it. This is definitely be for someone else.
or could just be worth a lot of coin. But now you got it. All right, so Yasmin, you're like in the kitchen area. You see outside
Yes.
where the stables are. What are you doing?
So I am using my additional use of what I jury rigged. I hope you heard that.
Yeah, I got it. One more use, the second use.
Yes. So the second use is to basically, you know how the door got kicked open? So what she's done is she's also put stickiness along the side of the shield. So when everybody moves through the door, she just does that to it. And now there's like a barrier that people are going to have a hard time crossing. And she kind of sticks her head out underneath it and shouts, "Sic semper tyrannis! The denizens of the dark forest shall be free from all rule." And that is her espousing dangerous ideas to the wrong audience. And she loses her exhaustion because of it.
Nice. Definitely the wrong audience there. But you have put up a nice makeshift barrier between them.
Yeah.
All right, that brings us
So they'll
to
have to work at it to get to us now. And she's like, "Let's clear out." Yeah.
that brings you to Martin. So you hear Sir Hieronymus is roaring like, "They're going through the kitchens. Go to the courtyard. Stop them."
Well, we best move on then. I'm gonna look around.
And
Is
they're
there
like they're
any-
pounding on that makeshift door there.
Well, is there a door that leads out as well to the courtyards from here?
Yes, the kitchen entrance.
Is there like any grease or oil nearby that I can see?
Oh yeah, I mean there's a kitchen, so they got like the cooking grease.
Cool. I'm going to take that cooking grease and throw it on a fire and say, "Let's go, everybody!"
You create a nice fiery distraction behind you.
And
as
I'm
you
gonna
guys,
barrel through the door.
This is why I like it cheeky. He catches things on fire. It's so pretty. But we move.
all right, you guys
Excellent.
dash out into the courtyard. It's pretty like this feast was going a little late, as most feasts do. So right now it's around like midnight. Bit of rain is coming down. It's a pretty like grimy, cold, dark, muddy part of the dark forest, and you can see all that in the courtyard. But across the way, there are the stable. There's a few just servants, people who work in the castle milling about, but you do see those Crimson Hussars are starting to charge out from the feasting hall to try and stop you, coming the other way. You do have a head start on them, though. And let's move on to Seamus.
So what to do here? Ah, I got it. Pocket sand. But I'm going to try and get them all with it this time.
Like
Maybe some
WD-40,
kind of,
just
I don't know,
does everything.
smoke bomb implement or something. If that's available. I don't know if I can only use it on one person, though.
I think a smoke bomb could work on a group. Maybe you would use. Did you pick the Harry